Hi everyone, it's me. I am so sorry about being late, but it really was for like the absolute best reason. And I will get to that. So first, I have some thank yous in order. To Zipporah Reyes, I want to say thank you for the donation, and I want to say thank you. It did not come with a card or anything, but I received. Hold on. Do you want down? Is that it? Be my guest, my dear. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you? Okay. That is my day in a nutshell, right there. So, thank yous. So I received a package and, well, a couple packages of paper towels, which were really great. And then, so there were things on my wish list that I'd wanted, and I was sent these beautiful new paintbrushes. I am super, super excited to use. And actually, I think I'm gonna paint a little bit tonight. I might share that when I start. If so, it's gonna be a late broadcast. Yeah. And then this, which I was super excited about because you guys know, I love photography. Um, this is a lens packet that goes right onto my phone. And it's got like a little tripod with the phone. It's awesome. I'm super excited about it. I've already been trying it out. The long range is like the best for like a phone camera. I tried it on the like laptop one, and I don't know. I wasn't sure about it. So, and then like I said, I was running late. So, I am going to address some comments real quick. Um, Kim, hello. Oh, it is like Happy Mother's Day next Sunday. It's also, my granddaughter is going to be turning 4 next week, and I'm super excited. Cool. It's late where you at? It's late here too, and I'm sorry about being late, guys. Jill, hello. Noodles, hi. I know, I'm running late. Hi, James. Um, all right, I'll catch you later, Noodles. Hi, Carol. Um, let's see. Rowan got bigger. She is. She's actually lost a little weight. um, time. Hi, Afai. Corey, hello. Could you paint a sailboat? I could. Love your pretty hands. Thank you. I actually did my nails, but the polish is chipping. I've got to get nail polish remover. But anyway, so today I was doing a day of relaxation because it's been just really, it's been very busy. It's been a really rough week. I would not rough. It's just been like a lot of meetings, and we're still trying to really, work Shelly's new outreaching and doing that, and in with the babies, and I having that support system. So um, yeah, it's been really busy. And now that I say that, I can't for the life of me think of anything I was doing this week, although I knew I was doing a lot of stuff. Okay, we need to hold on just a second. All right, that works. Sorry. Um, just so everybody is aware, if you're inappropriate and you start being weird, I do reserve the right to block you. It's my room. All right, so Koa, hi, lovely. Hi, Avery. Yep, Koa made sure that absolutely. I did. Sweater is cute. Green is my favorite color. It's actually gray. Yeah, it's just a really old sweatshirt, and yeah, uh, today I was relaxing, but then Gypsy got a hold of me and I live near a beach, so they were at the beach and she's like, "Hey, I've got nobody," which nobody is his street name. So, and she had nobody, but Jared is his name. And Jared had worked, and I did. If you've watched my vlogs, this was like a couple years ago, I think, maybe 2, 3 years ago, where we did hot dogs in the park, like just feed the people event. Um, and he was still unhoused, and so true to form, I go to pick up Gypsy and him, and he's got a big grill that says "Feed the Hungry," and I love it. Just rebel good, and a very intelligent young man, and so it was just really great running into them, and you know, of course, it's always great when hear that you've had a positive impact on people, and that was wonderful. But just catching up on just doing the best that we can, and doing good things for others, and you know just like our worldviews on like what's gonna get our society to grasp the intricate nature of each one of us with our environment. We're all needed, and we should all be valued. And not valued monetarily, I think. And I guess I hate the word valued because of that. It's turned into like monetary thing. But um each life should be offered equal consideration. Let's see. You look different. Did you dye your hair or something? I did not. I did a while ago. I think what is different is that I got a lot of sleep. I actually day napped today. So I got some sleep. That was grand. Um, Other than that, I was up early this morning and ended up going over to Shelly's, helped her out with some things. Worked on a few emails, napped, and then got a call from Gypsy and was on my way. And got to connect with an amazing human being who is still really struggling, of course, working 2 jobs, still facing being unhoused. So that's difficult. But I feel like this week I really did, I try every week to do the absolute best I can. And that means whether that means being there for somebody or however I can make a difference. And that's actually why my organization is called Being, because being is about action, right? Um, when you're being, you're doing something, you're making things better, whether that be sitting and thinking and being, if you're working on your thoughts, your behavior, your actions, so yeah, this week was full of that. And I believe that it's strange sometimes, because I know, as an imperfect human being and someone that has gone through an enormous amount of things, and a lot of times, when people view with their eyes, I wouldn't know it from looking. Um, when you're told, you're making a difference in people's lives, like that, I was told, I made a difference, and that's wonderful, and I love that. I just want to make sure always to keep in mind that I can still keep reaching and helping however I can. And a lot of times, I'll be quite honest, even in the people that have helped me so much, it doesn't have to be perfect. I had gotten a message from somebody who wanted, who needed just to meet up, and and it was something that that with my experience I could be helpful in this situation, and I was exhausted. The grandkids had tossed raisins all over the carpet. I had cleaned this and that and everything else. And I was like, and what if I don't say the right thing? I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I tend to lose my words or don't say things right. And I just know that, anytime that that's there, I just remember to just be me, however imperfect that is, because I'm not going to choose what that person needs to hear. They do. And so I apologized for, I literally did not have time to vacuum at that point. I had worked on, getting their room set up and everything else. And I was like, okay, so I don't live like this usually, but they just left and threw raisins everywhere, you know, and was there. And I thought about it later because I too can be insecure. And so I thought about it later and I was like, you know, what if I was too much? A lot of my stories are very raw. They're not necessarily pretty stories. I mean, I do have pretty stories. I've got lots of pretty stories. But when we're talking about mental health issues or we're talking about past trauma, that's not real pretty. And so I was, going over this in my head. And again, I remembered, you know, that's at the core of everything I believe is that, that, that realness, that rawness, that transparency, that ability to speak the truth, even, you know, even with things that, I would have felt shame for before. And so, yeah, I kind of struggle with that this week, but in the end, I think that I hope that I hope that everybody knows. I don't assume that I'm just out helping people. I desperately want to heal the world, and I know that there are millions of people that want the same thing I do, and I believe those connections are important. But I don't take it for granted. And I believe that the best way each and every one of us can help another person is by being raw and real in an empathetic way. And yeah, so I'm going to address some comments. Seattle Judy, hi. Nice to see you. Avery, well said. Thank you. James Laura, I know you got a haircut. Um, I might have trimmed my hair. That was a while ago. Koa, it's 12 a.m. I'm gonna go. I'm so tired. Have a good night. Have a good night to you too. Yeah, it's only 9:24 here, and I'm still like I still got my coffee. And like I said before, a lot of times my lives are always gonna be late, is because that's the time that it seems like as soon as I schedule something, of course, like something comes up at nighttime, there's a less chance of that happening. um, you seem bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I am. Afe, Af- Afe, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm at Seattle right now, but my family and me can't find your apartment. Well, there's a lot of apartments in Seattle. It wouldn't, I don't think it would be prudent to just like everybody tells me I just need to have a P.O. box. Um, let's see. James Larry, good things have been happening to me and I don't know why. It just accept it. Good things happen about, some sometimes the reason is that you're finally seeing the good things there, you know? William, hi, how are you? And nap is always on the agenda. I know, but I don't usually like napping. It's, I will send the funds for you to attend the homeless healthcare conference via YouTube takes too much money. I think, yeah, true. YouTube, yeah, they do take chunks. Okay, that sounds great. I am attending the Crosscut Festival this week, and yeah, there's some other projects. I'll get a hold of you, Bill, with the other projects and stuff too that are going on. Things have definitely been picking up, picking up. Summer's ramping up. Uh, but it makes me super excited. I am honored, truly honored to work with and be a part of a movement to better the lives of just millions of people. And so I am honored and humbled to be a part of that. Bill, I appreciate you deeply. Thank you for, I allowing me to be part of your organization, Homeless Advocacy for All on Facebook. Bill, if you want to drop that down in the comments, that would be grand. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys. I am kind of still tired. I did take a nap. I did, and I'm still ended up kind of tired. I've been like super tired lately. Let's see. Did I run out of coffee? No. You're perfect in my heart. The life you've lived made you the wonderful soul that you are. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. It's just um, sometimes somebody who has been unhoused and you have to talk about, or unhoused, or mentally ill with suicidal tendencies, when you're talking about some of the incorrect thoughts and patterns and behaviors, it it can feel a bit much because you know that it doesn't fit in with the persona maybe that people are seeing. In other words, and I know you'll understand this, the you look fine uh, diagnosis. Oh, you look fine? I never would know. You look great. It's like, thanks. I am hiding it so well. And I used to think that that was, that made me successful. That made it so that it wasn't an issue. But underlying there was the issue. And when I wasn't able to mask anymore, and that became a serious concern because I could no longer fit in. I could no longer look fine. Let's see. I have to take my dogs out. Okay. Hi, Karen. Hi, Patty. You are finally getting a place to live today. Celebration, Patty. Woo! Get a place. It is so important. Housing is a human right, and that is the stance that I am taking. Housing and healthcare, and they are so interconnected. And I am celebrating for you, Patty, truly. So that is wonderful. Um, let's see, anything else that's been super interesting. We started our project. We only went to what we were, by the time we got the babies and everything else, we'd only gotten to one encampment. But we started our project for the voices, and started getting those. There's a lot I need to learn about being comfortable gathering demographic questions. That's not usually, I view it, I don't want to be cold. And demographic is meant to take the personal out of it and just gather data. And so I'm gathering both kinds. I'm gathering quantitative data and qualitative data, and pairing those together and learning how to work within that framework is challenging. I've got it. Like, I figured it out. But for the first time we went out, it was a little challenging. And yeah, so we're getting there, and super thankful for Shelly, who has been going out with me. Seattle Dogs. I believe the last vlog I actually talked about Rowan getting like super sick. That was like so hard. She's been doing much better though. Her ears are bugging her a little bit. So we're keeping an eye on that. And I I keep saying because I'm just really I had like this perfect again, my life. I had this perfect vlog all planned out talking about being vulnerable and being raw and being real. And, and and because a lot of times I'll think about, well, what do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? What would you like the discussion to be around? So I'm doing this thing in my head. I'm like, okay, I want to talk about being real and being raw and how sometimes that can be a little scary because people feel like maybe, and I don't think that, I know that I'm around enough real people for them to tell me, hey, you're being too much. But that's what I wanted to talk about. And then I got that call and ran into nobody, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it not only was it wonderful connecting with one of my old street youth, but to really to connect on a level of outreach and to find out that they're still reaching out to others in their communities it's pretty wonderful. It's pretty wonderful, I have to say. It's super awesome. Um, and so I know that now that I know where he's at, he's going to be taking part in some outreach projects for sure. um, Let's see. Hey, Patty. Bill Funset, thank you for being an advocate for homeless. Absolutely. It's important to be an advocate. It's important, all the things we do, the boards that we're on, the outreach, the different roles that we play. It's all super important. And doing the things, right? Doing the things that have to be done, even when it's not fun. Let's see, Karen. Are we all have one word or two that we don't plan on saying? Or we all have a word or two that we didn't plan on saying? At least it's nice. Like, no big deal. Yeah. So I am going to ask if anybody has any questions or thank you so much. I appreciate that, PK Neb. I appreciate that truly. That makes a huge difference. And when you guys just, show love and support and emails and comments and funds, that's great. Thank you. So if anybody has any questions or comments, that would be great. If not, I don't have tons to say tonight. I was, and again, before I had planned this one, I had planned one before and I was like going to get up at like 4 a.m. And because I live right by the beach that like it overlooks the city of Seattle. And so I was going to do like a sunrise vlog. Guess who didn't wake up and chose to sleep in? That would be me. I have been choosing sleep a lot lately. And yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know why that I worry about napping because every time I nap during the day, I wonder if it's depression kicking in again. And that scares me because that's the last thing I want. And I do know that sometimes medication can lose effectiveness and mine works pretty grand. So I'd hate for that to be the case. but I have been needing time to take an hour or two during the day. Um, I am singing karaoke on the oh, I I was talking to nobody and I got the notification. I was like, "What? Karaoke? Yes." And that's awesome. So I will definitely check that out, Bill. That sounds like a plan and fun. Um, James, I wish I could send you money. I'm so sorry. Th- Don't be, absolutely do not be sorry. It is not necessary. Just because I thank somebody and tell them that what a difference that makes doesn't take away the difference that it makes that from others saying um, nice things or kind things or being there as well. They're both nice things, and so it isn't one or the other. Um, and so I feel that it's super important to acknowledge when people do something for you and what that thing is. So that is the case. Um, at PK, let's see. I have a hard time with sleep. I used to. I I had it in some, especially after the brain injury. It was either I slept 24/7, like wanted to sleep constantly, or I wouldn't sleep at all. And so now I take it's part of my mood stabilizer. It's called Seroquel, but I take a pretty high dose of that and to put me to sleep because after the brain injury, what was happening was I would fall asleep, but I wouldn't like stay asleep. So as soon as my body would hit that REM, it would jerk awake. Like it'd be like I'd have a panic attack. My brain would panic. And so it would yank me back into awake again. And so then I'd go back to sleep and then it'd yank me back again. And so that, and then just with the arthritis and things and conditions. So I wish I had some like great solution for sleep, but I will let you know I'm medicated and that's how that's how I sleep. I there are some things that with some conditions like they just have to be the thing. Um do you like the Doors? Sometimes it's like any kind of music. It depends on where and what the context of the music is and the context of how I'm feeling and what I want to feel. Because for me, music evokes emotion, and so if or it evokes emotion, action. So it really depends on what I want to do. Um, let's see. Sleep is overrated. I'll catch it when I die. I would love to be that way, but the problem is I can't if I don't get enough sleep, I can't stabilize my moods even with the medication. So what'll happen is I'll start getting overly emotional and then I can't keep it together. And then I'm just a hot wreck. Like I can't mask, I can't hide it, I can't function. And a lot of times if that happens and like say I'm in a Zoom meeting, I'll have to cut the video because my facial expressions and sometimes I'll just have tears running for no particular reason. So lack of sleep, it makes me twitch really bad, absence seizures. So I have to, and it was hard to accept because nighttime's that time, right, where you can relax and get the things done, right? Nobody's knocking on your door. Nobody is calling your phone, really, maybe. But it's that time to get things done. And then when I found out that, like it was necessary, like I was one of those people now that had to have a solid, thank you, Lady Unique. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Truly. I found out that I was one of those people that had to get a certain amount of sleep or I couldn't function normally. I could function, but I was unpleasant. I couldn't communicate well, and I was overly emotional. So from now, I take my sleep meds, and it is what it is. And actually, I know, Bill, you understand this a lot too. A lot of us who work in this sphere of legislation, homelessness policy, um, there is, you could go 2, 3 meetings each hour back to back for days. And so sometimes, it gets to the point where you're having to attend different ones and getting pulled in these different directions. And sometimes I just have to be really, really gentle with myself and be like, hey, you can't do it all. So you're going to have to let this one go and get the rest you need, or focus on this project, because there's always like 5, 6 projects going on. And actually, I think Bill's much better at it than I am. I have a hard time with, like, I need to focus on each individual one. Um, let's see, almost like tips. Maybe sure. Almost like PTSD. Yes, very similar. I have complex PTSD, but the brain injury with the waking up. And actually, I take a medication now called Prazosin that helps with that too. In that panic, because I was having a hard time. Even when I would sleep, I would wake up in the morning and panic. So, and instead of, waking up and being like, it's morning, the light is so pretty, I was waking up and immediately my brain would just immediately like, help, help, help. And it would like, help. And I'm having to convince myself and that voice screaming help that everything was okay, that I didn't need help and I wasn't dying. Nobody had died. Everything was okay. And this was a half hour each morning trying to convince myself that I wasn't in danger, that I was okay, that I didn't need help. And so this medication makes it so that I can wake up and be like, all right, waking up, there's some aches and pains, stretched out. All right, and I'm functioning. Because that was really rough. I thought it was something that couldn't be fixed. Until I had this psychiatrist, and she was like, hey, I've had some good reports of this working. We tried a little, I do the littlest bit, and it works. And I don't wake up um, like I'm coming from a crazy horror movie. um, Avery, it's 12:37 here. Off to sleep now myself. It was lovely to see you. It was wonderful to see you too. It is 9:43 here. So in all honesty, I should probably get going here shortly too. Um, Shankar, hello, love from India. Hello, love from Seattle. Uh, James, do you have cookies in the morning or after? I have cookies whenever I want them. I love cookies. Cookies make the world better. Which, oh my gosh. So I had this, I had never found it before. It's very, very few times. The only time I've really found currants is like when I was out berry picking with like my grandmother, or, collecting berries later on. But, and only one time I've always seen them sold, and I bought them and made scones. But I actually found some that were dried currants. So I changed the game on oatmeal cookies, and I put the currants in the raisins place. So yummy. Also, fresh blueberries, also very yummy. Really, just cookies are pretty yummy. Um, Thank you, really, truly. Jane, hello, NRV, hello from India, take care. Love from Seattle. Vasily, hello from Russia, hello from Seattle. I suppose I actually just read an article. It's something weird, I guess, that Americans do, or, those of us from the United States, isn't like people say like, love from India or love from Russia. and we'll say where we're from, like city and state, rather than left from the United States. And I just thought about that because that's exactly what I'm doing. Is I'm getting down to the region. I so just doesn't matter. I was just like, I just like caught myself like, hey, I just read something about that we do that, and I'm doing that right now. So hello from Seattle, Washington, United States. Bill, I spell morning with a U. Morning. The sleep I didn't get the night before. Ah. Let's see. That's silly. I was off the coast of Russia in a U.S. submarine in 1985, watching your ships do their war games. Cool. Mary, happy Saturday. Manda from Texas. Hello. Happy Saturday from Washington. Oh, and everybody, happy May Day. Happy Beltane. Yay. So anyhow, does anybody have any questions or comments? Because if not, I am going to get off of here and probably drink a little more coffee and go to sleep. Anybody? All right. I will try to have a more put together vlog at some point this week, but if not, I won't, and it'll be like usual, and we'll just enjoy our time together. And I do enjoy this so much. So sending love out. Thank you guys so very much. And oh, hello, LK. Bye.